Picture this: Georgia, the United States, on a seemingly ordinary day in 2018, a 16-year-old boy named Kevin Watkins is engrossed in his favorite pastime, playing video games on his Xbox. On this day, Kevin's virtual world is plagued by a common enemy, a sluggish, unreliable internet connection. The more he tries to navigate around this virtual world, the more this unseen foe frustrates him. He tries to ignore it, but the interruptions are relentless. His screen freezes in the midst of a critical game moment, his character stutters, and then nothing. The connection drops. In a bid to conquer this digital adversary, Kevin makes a decision. He opts to change the Wi-Fi password. A simple act, done with the intention of reserving all the bandwidth for himself. A decision made in the heat of frustration, with the sole aim of enhancing his gaming experience. This decision, though seemingly trivial, would set off a chain of events that would tear their family apart. As Kevin changed the Wi-Fi password, his mother, perhaps concerned or irritated, confronted him. A dialogue was sparked, a heated exchange of words that seemed all too common in households across the globe. Yet this was no ordinary argument. The stakes were far higher and the repercussions unimaginably tragic. Enter Alexis, Kevin's older sister. A beacon of bravery, she stepped in, attempting to defuse the escalating situation. Her aim was simple: protect their mother from any potential harm. But as we've learned, the course of life is rarely simple, and even the best intentions can lead to unforeseen calamities. As the argument spiraled, so did Kevin's fury. In a moment of uncontrolled anger, he turned on Alexis. The room, once filled with the sounds of a family feud, was now echoing with a terrifying silence, punctuated only by the desperate pleas of a mother and a younger brother. They begged, they cried, but Kevin was deaf to their appeals. His grip on his sister tightened, a chokehold that marked the beginning of an end. The clock ticked, each passing second a piercing reminder of the grave situation they found themselves in. Would help arrive in time? Would Alexis be saved? Despite her efforts, the situation took a tragic turn. The arrival of the police signaled the end of the ordeal, but not the end of their nightmare. For in their midst lay Alexis, life slipping away from her, a casualty of a moment that spiraled out of control. In the heat of the moment, Kevin responded with a violent chokehold, subduing his sister. The words sound cold and detached, but the reality was anything but. It was a scene of raw, unprocessed emotion. A young man caught in the throes of his own frustration, turning violently on his sister who was simply trying to protect her family. The scene was heartrending, Kevin refusing to release Alexis, his grip tightening as the pleas of his younger brother and mother filled the room. Each plea, each desperate entreaty fell on deaf ears as Kevin remained locked in his own world of anger and frustration. The pleas turned to cries, the cries to sobs, but still Kevin held on. Picture the scene, if you will. A family torn apart by a moment of uncontrolled anger, a young woman vibrant and full of life, now unconscious in the grip of her own brother. A mother, helpless, watching her daughter slip away. A younger brother witnessing a tragedy unfold before his very eyes. This was no ordinary family dispute. This was a horrifying ordeal that would leave an indelible mark on their lives. Then the piercing sound of sirens in the distance. The flashing lights, the rush of footsteps, the stern voices of authority. The police had arrived, their presence marking the end of this distressing episode. But for Alexis, it was too late. The chokehold, sustained for far too long, had deprived her brain of vital oxygen. In the hospital, the doctors fought valiantly to save her, but their efforts were in vain. Alexis was pronounced dead, her life extinguished in the most tragic of circumstances. A sister's attempt to protect her family had ended in the cruelest twist of fate. The police arrived, but it was too late. Alexis had suffered brain death due to a prolonged deprivation of oxygen. A chilling end to a tragic story, a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of uncontrolled anger. The aftermath of this incident was profound. Kevin, the boy whose fit of rage spiraled out of control, found himself facing a life sentence. A family was shattered, Their joy replaced with a gaping void. A sister was lost, a mother left to mourn, and a younger brother forever scarred by the tragedy. This is the price of uncontrolled anger. A boy behind bars, a life lost too soon, a family torn apart. This tragic story serves as a stark reminder of how unmanaged anger problems can shatter lives, leaving a trail of irreversible devastation in their wake.